As Donald Trump deals with Mojtaba Khamenei for a peace deal, Iran continues to hammer American interests across the region. An Iranian missile reportedly struck a Kuwaiti military base, raising questions about whether American personnel were injured in the attack. Trump may be pushing for a ceasefire, but Iranian missiles are still flying across the Middle East. Has Mojtaba unleashed Iran's deadly Fateh-110 missile on the rock as tensions continue to escalate? As Iran-US talks teeter on the edge, new details are emerging about an Iranian strike on an American-linked military base. On May 28, an Iranian ballistic missile reportedly targeted a Kuwaiti air base in a sudden escalation of regional tensions. According to Bloomberg, the attack involved a Fateh-110 short-range ballistic missile, a system known for its regional strike capability. The Fateh-110 is capable of carrying a warhead of up to 500 kilograms, making it one of Iran's more widely deployed tactical missile systems. Kuwaiti air defenses reportedly intercepted the missile before it could reach its intended target. However, falling debris from the interception struck the Ali al-Salem Air Base, also known as the Rock, in Kuwait. Reports suggest that several American personnel suffered minor injuries as a result of the impact. Those injured at the base reportedly included both active-duty military personnel and civilian contractors. According to Bloomberg, around 5 individuals were hurt in the incident, highlighting the risks of missile interceptions even when defenses succeed. The IRGC said the attack took place at 4:50 a.m. and described it as a serious warning, using precise timing and stark language to emphasize the message was deliberate and meant to deter further actions. Iran stated that the strike was retaliation for an earlier U.S. military action near Bandar Abbas, portraying the operation as part of a tit-for-tat cycle meant to punish what Tehran called unlawful or provocative conduct. The IRGC warned that any further U.S. aggression would be met with a stronger response, signaling a commitment to escalate proportionally if it perceives continued threats, and underscoring the danger of a widening confrontation. The IRGC said, and I quote, "Following the U.S. military's pre-dawn attack today using aerial projectiles on a site near Bandar Abbas Airport, the American air base from which the attack originated was targeted at 4:50 a.m. This response is a serious warning to the enemy that any act of aggression will not go unanswered, and, if repeated, our response will be even more decisive. The aggressor bears full responsibility for the consequences." Unquote. The Iranian strike also reportedly caused significant damage to American military equipment stationed at the base. One MQ-9 Reaper drone was destroyed in the incident, while another was left severely damaged following the impact. Each MQ-9 Reaper is estimated to cost around $30 million, highlighting the scale of the reported loss. This development comes at a time when the U.S. military has already expended large quantities of precision-guided munitions across ongoing operations. Systems such as Tomahawk cruise missiles and advanced interceptors like THAAD and Patriot have been used extensively in recent deployments. Kuwait activated air defenses after what it called hostile missile and drone threats, scrambling military radar and interceptor systems to protect key infrastructure and population centers as authorities assessed incoming risks. The Kuwaiti military said blast sounds heard on May 28 were caused by air defense systems, explaining that interceptors and countermeasures detonated in the sky as part of a defensive response rather than from strikes on the ground. The incident came as Middle East tensions surged again following fresh U.S. strikes in Iran, adding another volatile chapter to a cycle of retaliatory actions that has heightened regional alarm and diplomatic strain. The latest exchange marks another sharp escalation in U.S.-Iran tensions amid a fragile truce, underscoring how quickly a tenuous ceasefire can fray and how proximate states are drawn into the wider security fallout. The Iranian strikes came after Donald Trump, on May 29, firmly laid out U.S. terms for a peace deal with Tehran, setting clearer red lines and expectations for any final agreement. Trump's Truth Post read, quote, "Iran must agree that they will never have a nuclear weapon or bomb. The Hormuz Strait must be immediately open, no tolls, for unrestricted shipping traffic, in both directions. All water mines, if any, will be terminated. We have removed, through detonation, numerous such mines with our great underwater mine sweepers. Iran will complete the immediate removal and/or detonation of any mines that are left, which will not be many. Ships caught in the strait due to our amazing and unprecedented naval blockade, which will now be lifted, may start the process of heading home. Say hello to your wives, husbands, parents, and families from me. The enriched material, sometimes referred to as nuclear dust, which is buried deep underground with virtually collapsed mountains, caused by our powerful B-2 bomber attack 11 months ago, sitting on top of it, will be unearthed by the United States, which it is agreed is the only country, along with China, with the mechanical capability of doing so. In close coordination and conjunction with the Islamic Republic of Iran, plus the International Atomic Energy Agency, and destroyed. No money will be exchanged until further notice. Other items, of far less importance, have been agreed to. I will be meeting now in the Situation Room to make a final determination." Unquote. Meanwhile, reports indicated that Washington is developing indirect financial workarounds to send money or economic benefits to Iran, in order to help finalize a deal without making direct U.S. cash payments. This stems from Donald Trump's firm stance that he will not approve any arrangement that looks like handing cash to Tehran, reflecting his long-standing political promise on Iran. As part of this, Washington has reportedly asked Gulf Arab partners to shoulder much of Iran's post-war reconstruction costs instead of the U.S. paying directly. One idea is a huge Gulf-backed investment fund, worth around $300 billion, that would finance rebuilding Iranian infrastructure and key industries over time. Another track looks at unfreezing Iranian assets in Qatar, but only under tight rules that stop Tehran from freely accessing the cash. Under that model, Qatar would use the unfrozen money to buy approved goods such as medicines and industrial feedstocks on Iran's behalf. Those supplies would then be delivered directly to Iran under US-approved mechanisms, allowing Washington to claim control over how the value is used. All these financial ideas are conditional, giving Iran access only if it accepts broader US terms on issues like de-escalation and nuclear limits. Trump is said to worry that any visible flow of money to Iran could revive accusations similar to the Obama-era pallets of cash controversy. Because of this, the White House is highly sensitive to optics, designing relief in ways that do not resemble the 2015 nuclear deal's public image. Despite these financial workarounds, Iran's enriched uranium stockpile still remains the hardest unresolved issue and the main obstacle to any full nuclear agreement.